Alright, welcome back YouTube, and we're going to continue off with the blast furnace. However, I've already hooked up a power system to it and it is slowly getting charged now. I did one thing off screen. It's not very important, but I made a canning machine. The machine itself is extremely easy to make. You just take some tin plates, electronic circuit, and a steel machine hull, and it's, done. So it's a really, really easy machine at this point anyway. Nothing to be really concerned about, but I need it for canning uranium here in a bit. Well, not in a bit, but later. I also taught my machine how to make glass fiber cables and thermal generators, reinforced glass, geothermal generators, and iron item casings, all which are a part of the thermal generator. So it's trying to make generators, but it doesn't know how. Oh, because I never taught it how to make the generator itself. Okay. Okay, that'll be a problem, so I need to make a... Oh, I already have a battery. Good. Regular battery. Okay, now it shouldn't have any problems. Perfect. Okay, and while that's doing that, I'm going to come back over here to my grinder here, and I'm going to take off my import bus. So that way it doesn't suck everything out, and I can show you guys the difference of importances in these dusts that I have. Where did Oh, did me breaking that bus actually break it? Crap. I'll just make a new one. It'll be done real fast, so I think. Maybe. It's making some nether quartz dust. Which might actually be a problem for... Oh, no, it's not. So I did start a process of 6 thermal generators in order to power my system more efficiently, or faster rather. So here we have my a chest system I set up just to do all my ores that I had stocked up. I had tons of bauxite and galena, cassiterite, and tetrahedrite, but I already smelted it all. So here's a sheldonite, which you find in the end, or sometimes extremely rarely in the overworld, but mostly the end. So you'll get 2 piles of small iridium dust, and then 2 platinum dust. So it's really good for platinum. You get tons and tons and tons of platinum, and then you get 2 iridium piles. So that was the most important ore in Gregtech, I think, in my honest opinion, is the sheldonite. I'm actually going to have to sit there and farm like 100 stacks of this stuff to get anywhere later, because of all the iridium I'm going to require. But 4 piles of small iridium dust will equal 1 iridium dust, and then 1 iridium dust equals 1 iridium ingot, yada yada yada. And then I take the iridium ingots and I make iridium plates, and then I combine the plates and make reinforced iridium alloys, and then I put the reinforced iridium alloys in the implosion compressor, which we will get to after the blast furnace. So tetrahedrite, I think I'm saying that right, is pretty much copper. It's going to give me tetrahedrite dust, antimony dust, and zinc dust. Zinc can be used for, I think it's only really used for one thing. It can be also used for soldering alloy ingots and battery alloy ingots, I believe. Same with antimony. I believe those are used for either soldering alloy or battery alloy. Zinc can also be turned into plates, in which you can change for the tin in your mixed metal ingots. So it's kind of like, you know, a little balancing thing here. So instead of using tin, I can use the zinc until the zinc's gone, and then I can go back to tin. So it saves me a little bit. So tetrahedrite is pretty cool. The dust itself, like I said, is copper. So when you smelt tetrahedrite, you get copper ingots. See? Next up was cassiterite here. And if I grind this stuff, I will get purified crushed tin ore and some tin dust. So it is exactly just like compressed tin. You get quite a bit of tin ore from that. 4 purified, and so that's 4 ingots and 2 tiny piles of dust. And for every 2 of those ores, you get another tin dust. So, you know, pretty good for tin. Galena is a little bit different. Galena is silver and lead, and it will give you some sulfur, a little pile of silver dust, and some galena dust. So the galena dust is going to be used here in a minute after we finish the blast furnace. But if we see over here, we can electrolyze it for dust, silver dust, lead dust, and sulfur dust with 8 galena. It does not require any fuels, it just requires power to electrolyze it, and it will separate it into its base components. Or we can industrial blast furnace it for 2 galena dust equals 1 silver and 1 lead. So if I divide that by 2, there's 4 ingots of silver and lead, so the blast furnace is actually more efficient for this if you don't need sulfur. I don't need sulfur because I have tons of it. So let's move over to bauxite here. Bauxite gives me bauxite dust, titanium dust, and this is the most important part of bauxite and why I like to pick up bauxite when I can, and then granular dust. So granular dust isn't very important. It is bauxite dust pretty much. You do the same thing with it as bauxite dust with the centrifuge. You centrifuge it, and you get electrolyze it. Sorry, you electrolyze it, and you get aluminium and titanium. And the same thing happens from granular, but I believe you get less aluminium, and you don't get titanium from it. You just get aluminium. So granular isn't very important, but the bauxite dust and the titanium dust is very important. And lastly, for the Gregtech ores that I have currently on me that are important is tungsten. So you get manganese dust from tungsten, so that's pretty important. A little bit of silver, not very important, and then the tungsten dust itself. So tungsten can be blast furnace into tungsten ingots, and tungsten ingots can be turned into tungsten plates and rods and stuff. I don't think you can make the tungsten hammers because they are tungsteel, and tungsteel is different than tungsten. However, with tungsten, I can start using tungsten to make my mixed metal ingots and make 3 mixed metal ingots at a time for more efficiency, or I can start getting into the higher tech stuff, so the superconductor cables and the energy flow circuits. So those are for the superconductor cables and other machinery, and wolframium grinders. So tungsten is used for a little bit of stuff here. The tungsten ingot itself is used with a piece of steel in the industrial blast furnace, and you get hot tungsteel. This is quite high up there. I cannot do this yet. I won't have enough machine casings, the proper machine casings to do that, and I'll explain why in a minute. But it requires the highest heat capacity that you can get in the machine casing here. And it also requires me to use the hot tung steel in the vacuum freezer to make regular tung steel ingots, and the vacuum freezer is quite expensive, if I can remember. Vacuum freezer. It's not too bad. I could probably make one at one point soon. Probably stick it on my machine line here. I'm gonna have to suck it up and take over one of the spaces beside the rock crusher here. It's fine by me, I guess. I would like to leave at least one block wide, at least the bare minimum for that guy. Alright, so now that I've done all of that, I can shove all of my little dusts in here, because I have the space or the storage for them, and I've made lots and lots of dust. So I got lots of antimony, tons of bauxite to use, a little bit of grossular, some manganese, got lots of nickel, and some zinc here. So I've just been converting all my dusts into the raw form. As you can see, I got tons and tons and tons of sulfur, so I haven't been too worried about sulfur because you only ever require like one of it at a time. So. And there's a piece of grossular. Alright, so titanium is pretty important. I'm going to have to pull that out right now. What else is pretty important that I can be using? Silver, I can make one of you. And I can make one iridium dust. Alright, so let's put my import bus back onto my machine here. Nope, that is not where I want the import bus. There we go. And I'll stick my ores into my furnace here. And I'll let that do its thing. Let that die. Okay. So back to the blast furnace here. Finishing off where we left off yesterday, I made a bunch of reinforced machine casings, and this is the basic structure of a blast furnace, industrial blast furnace. However, there are a few things to note here. The industrial blast furnace has a heat capacity which is determined by the casing or the multi-block structure. So the reinforced casings here I have are the mid-tier casings, and if I add I think about 6 of the advanced machine casings, which I cannot do at the moment, it will increase it to the point where I can do tungsten. However, to get to tungsten steel, I require 3,000 K, so 3 million heat capacity, and that will require quite a lot of these blocks turn into chrome, I believe, if not all of them. Probably not all of them. A few of them, to say the least. But as soon as I can, I want to be able to get up there and do that. So this is the structure. There's 2 central blocks missing, which will be filled with blocks of lava. So make sure that you have a couple of blocks of lava on you, and then we will finish off the casing here, and we have a perfectly square thing, and my blast furnace is now online. So now we see that with the lava in the center and the full reinforced machine casing, I have a heat capacity of 2,200,000. This is enough to do everything up to chrome, including titanium, aluminium, steel, all of that stuff. It's all good. The only things I cannot do is tungsten and tungsten steel. So in order to get to tungsten and tungsteel, I'm going to require some chrome blocks or advanced machine casings. So advanced machine casings are really expensive. Um, re really expensive. They require some titanium plates, chrome plates, more chrome plates, and some data control circuits, which are made with iridium reinforced plates and data storage circuits. And data storage circuits are emerald plates, which are a block of emerald in a plate cutting machine. Do I even have a plate cutting machine? I don't even know if I have a plate cutting machine. That sucks. Or olivine plates, which is a block of olivine, which isn't too bad because I have olivine all over the place. I should probably save my emeralds and use olivine instead. Plate cutting machine. I don't think I have one. Wire mill, plate bending, assembling, alloy smelter, canning, e-furnace, macerator, extractor, compressor. Yeah, I don't have a plate cutting machine. That is a damn shame. So I'm gonna need 2 more spaces for this guy here. I'm gonna need one for the vacuum freezer and one for the plate cutting machine. I'm actually thinking I'm just going to remove my rock crusher here, because I think that's the safest bet for me. Unfortunately for the rock crusher, I do not actually need it anymore. It is, I don't want to say completely useless, but it's almost useless for what I need to do right now. So let's stick that there, and temporarily stick this here so that I can stick this here. Also, if you're wondering why I'm jumping so high, I have Ascent Boost 4 on my legs, and then combined with the Boots of Traveler, that gives me a pretty huge jump. And then I have the slow fall so that if I jump too high, I don't take any damage. So, you know, it's kind of nice. I don't really need my bat form to fly around my house anymore. I still have all my stairs, just, you know, to have stairs, because, you know, in case I have guests over and they need to walk up my stairs, you know. Yeah, I'm crazy. So back over to the blast furnace for now. I'll get over and make the vacuum freezer and the other guy the plate cutting machine in a second. But to upgrade the blast furnace past 2,200,000 is going to require the advanced machine casings, which I can replace the reinforced machine casings with. Now you don't have to worry about the machine too much when you take and break blocks. It will deactivate it, but once you place the block back on, instantly reactivate it. So not a problem at all. So like I said, I wanted to show you guys a little bit of titanium here. So this is going to take quite a bit of time, a lot of time actually. It says titanium will take about 50 seconds, so almost a full minute. It also requires quite a bit of power. I'm actually using more power than I can produce at the moment. So as you can see, titanium is going to take forever. Yeah, it's already sucked a piece in. So, and we also saw the other recipe, which was galena dust, would give me 3 silver and 3 lead. So I'm going to stick one of those, or two galena dust in there for now, to show you guys how that works. Once we're finished with that, I will get back into that machine in a bit, because that's going to take quite a lot of time to finish up. I also spent some time, and I with my farm over here, I decided to do all the Christmas essences and make the stupid presents, and there's so many presents. I had like 3 stacks of presents. It was crazy. You also might have noticed that I did change up my rooms over here. I finished them off, and I put a floor up so that I could put more machines up top. I did also move my my lacerator inside so that I can, you know, have it close by. So this thing's inside, and I don't have to worry about the going outside or having it out there anymore. It is inside for my usage. I don't. It's a really hard multi-block thing to have efficiently like self-run. So I decided to keep it the way it was, kind of. There is the water block underneath, which is actually a tank full of water, and it seems to be working perfectly fine with the tank under it. And then it has a gold pipe and a pump pipe a couple of blocks away from the wall here, so that the I didn't cut down and there wasn't just a big floating block of water right here where the pump pipe was pumping out. So I just got a gold pipe and the water pump pipe a block back, and there's a block of water there to infinitely refill that. So now I have a couple sources of infinite water upstairs. What I would like to do is actually have a source of infinite lava upstairs. So I might try to do something with that later. Maybe make a circle or something with the open block tanks coming from downstairs and outside, and making in the face of the wall here, so that that way I have a infinite source of lava, and I can keep an eye on how much lava I have in case it starts running out and I need to change where my ender pumps are. So if I check in here, I should have some thermal generators made up. Yep. So let's get these guys downstairs and on the system. Okay. There we go. Alright, so the only thing I need now is a few more pieces of my pipes. One thing to note about the elevator block here is that unfortunately it seems that with my jump boosts I cannot jump very properly on this thing. So if we look here, it's not going to let me jump up because I'm jumping too high too fast. So there we go, we have tons of lava, tons and tons of lava inside. And I shouldn't need to worry about my power anymore. It should be powering it quite nicely. It's only going up because it's not using. So galena dust was quite a bit faster, and it looks like it wasn't 2 to 3. It was 2 to 1, but it's still better better than the other way. So as you can see, it's going by it super fast, and it looks like I am generating more power than I'm using, maybe? It's hard to say. It's kind of breaking even, and that's because it has an MFSU buffer in it. It's kind of hindering the power. I might actually at one point want to remove the MFSU buffers. Yeah, the MFSU buffers on these machines here at one point, because the MFSU buffers are actually hindering the powering of my energy here, or the powering of their individual boxes. Yeah, I might actually have to do that at one point. And I also wanted to correct an information that I had wrong a little while ago as well. The high voltage, let's go look at it. The high voltage cable is actually 2048. So the high voltage cable is the cable that you're supposed to be using before fiber cable. But I skipped the high voltage cable here, and I went straight to fiber cable, and fiber cable is the best you can get until superconductor. So the high voltage cable can be made in the metal former or by wire milling iron instead of tin. When if you iron mill or wire mill tin, you get the low voltage cables. So yeah, there's that. So I want to come over here, and I want to tell my ingots that about a new type of ingot that we get now. So now we can get titanium. We can also get chrome. Where is... I don't have much chrome dust, and I want to make a couple of stainless steel here. So let me find my stainless steel. Here somewhere. There it is. So let's make 2 sets of that. Iron dust. You should be macerating it. Do you not? Yeah, iron dust. Is it the wrong... Oops. Is it the wrong iron dust that I have in here? Iron dust from Industrial Craft. What is the iron dust I have here? I don't know. It's giving me iron dust from Gregtech. And Gregtech and Industrial Craft both look like the same iron dust. However, I want to make sure that it knows to use the iron dust that I have, which is the Gregtech iron dust. Okay. So that's why it was confused. Okay. Stick this guy back in here. And now it shouldn't be a problem. Alright, so with my stainless steel, I can come over here, and I should be able to blast furnace the stainless steel into stainless steel ingots. Now, the only way to cook stainless steel is with the industrial blast furnace, and it looks like I might be breaking even or just a little bit under the amount of power that I'm using for my machine. So overclockers might not be a very good idea for this machine, for long-term usage anyway. Next up is I probably want some chrome. I'm going to leave a couple pieces of chrome, just in case I need more stainless steel. Come on, Enderman, can you not leave me alone? Where are you? I'll kill you too. Where are you making all this noise at? Leaping tall buildings in a single bound. Alright, so now that that stuff is all doing its own thing here, I'm going to go ahead and make the vacuum freezer now. So the vacuum freezer wasn't too hard of a recipe. It did require the stainless steel ingots, and it does require a couple of pumps, so I grab some pumps here. That is a square bracket. I don't need square brackets. pump shouldn't be too hard. Yeah, it's making the iron plate. There we go. So with the vacuum freezer, I already have the reinforced glass, but I don't have the I don't have any blank patterns either. As you can see, I'm going through blank patterns like nobody's business. So here's the vacuum freezer. The only thing I need to know how to make now is the steel or stainless steel plates rather. So if I come over here and I grab, oh, it's not done yet. I want to plate bend one of these boys so that I can tell it how to make stainless steel ingots. Yeah. Now I'm not sure if I want this machine to be totally automated or to be automated to the point where it only does stuff if it needs to do stuff. So by that I mean I don't know if I want to tell it that it should put all the ores that I get into the machine to automatically grind and smelt all of them right away, or if it needs those ores, if it needs some iron or something, it should go ahead and grind some iron and get that out of it, and be able to mix the small dust into iron. I'm sure if I put too many ways to get iron, though, it confuses the machine. So until we have the stuff for that, I'm going to have to make the plate cutting machine. So plate cutting, there's plate bending, plate cutting. So this is going to require some diamond saw blades or stainless steel gears or steel gears. So steel gears, whoops. Steel rods and steel plates. So I think I might have to go with steel gears because the other one, the diamond saw blades, are kind of expensive. Actually, do I require? Yeah, I require a. No, perfect. It gave me the right recipe too. So let's put my broken wrench in there. So that's the that one. I'm also going to want the diamonds, which is going to require diamond dust. Where is my diamond dust? There is my diamond dust. So I want to make sure that it's using my diamond dust. And then next up is the machine itself, which is going to require some steel plates. So steel, don't have any, so craft one for me. Thank you. There we go. So I'll stick these guys in here because I don't want to use stainless steel for this. And the only next problem here I have is that I need to make a steel gear first, in which I do not have the proper gear because I also need to make that in there and get my steel chisel here. And I want it to craft 2 steel gears. So let's go ahead and craft that. And we'll encode it with the steel gears now. Plate cutting machine. Alright, so now we have a way to make a plate cutting machine and a plate bending machine. However, I don't have the proper ores yet. So I want a bus here. I'm going to want 2 buses. I'm also going to want an interface. So give me some interfaces. And then I also want some cables. So give me some ME cables here. Let's go with 32 for now. So this thing is going to be working pretty hard here. I'm gonna let it do its business. And I'm gonna come back over here, and I now finally have a stainless steel ingot, which I can bring over here to my ingots guy. Oh no, that's the gems guy. The ingots, and I want to tell it that it has a new friend, the stainless steel ingot. Alright, next up is I want to place the stainless steel ingot by itself in there. Come over to my plate bending machine. And plate bend this stainless steel ingot into stainless steel plate, and tell it that that is a, oops, this is how you make a stainless steel plate. I also want to make, or use rather, a stainless steel dust. I want to come over here and tell it that a stainless steel dust equals a stainless steel ingot if it goes into the blast furnace here. And this is the reason why I have 10 crafting CPUs in here, or was it 8 crafting CPUs? I have a lot of crafting CPUs either way, 12 actually, is because some of these processes are going to take a very, 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 very long time, and I don't want to bog down my machine and not be able to craft anything because I have a lot of stuff waiting for me. So that's where the machines come into play here. So I'm going to put those couple of guys there and make an use an interface rather. Do I have one yet? Yeah, I have a couple. Okay, so I want a couple of these guys, and then I want some cables. Yeah, I got a few cables. And then I want my buses. You guys have seen all of this this production before, but kind of showing it to you guys as a recap here. And I also want an interface over here with an import bus. I got water mess to deal with everywhere. It's always cool. And this is why I always like to leave a little bit of a gap in between my floors, is so that I can walk in between and also place wires or anything that I require down here. And that way they're out of the way and it doesn't look so bad upstairs. So I'm going to come up right beside my machine, which should be right here. And I'm going to come down from this one. And now it should know how to take stuff out of the machine for me. The only problem is, how am I going to get back upstairs? There we go. Made a hole. Oh, can't get up the hole. Oh, I'm up the hole. There we go. I'll have to fix these later and stick some hollow plates so that they don't look so bad coming out of the walls here. Probably a hollow obsidian plate and a couple of hollow iron plates here. So I'll get around to that at one point, guys, so don't worry. It'll happen. I also want to place this guy like that and get rid of these chests here. Okay, and I don't want to fill that in yet, because if I filled that in, then when I place the machines there, they would explode, because I do not have the transformer upgrade. So I'm also going to have to make a couple of these guys. I already have one. I'm going to want 3 more of these guys. And I'll let those craft, and then I'll craft the high voltage ones. So let's see. It's done everything it's done. Wow. Okay, so what did I craft? Oh, a bunch of ME stuff, that's right. Yeah, okay. So while those transformers are crafting, I go ahead and get these machines properly down. Now, I don't actually need to put the face here going down, the interface, because the machines aren't attached to any other machines like this one. These ones are. However, I like to do it because it's, you know, it looks better and more like the same. Also, a side note here about the blast furnace is that you need to make sure the blast furnace itself is on the bottom middle block of the casing. You can't have the casing go into the floor like you can with the grinder here. Alright, so let's check up on how long this video is, because I'm gonna try to keep. Yeah, it's about done. So I'm sorry, guys, but we're gonna have to cut it off here. I did finish the blast furnace though, and we are going to move on to the implosion compressor once I finish off the vacuum freezer and the plate cutting machine. And then we can get over to there and probably start on some advanced machine blocks, or some advanced machine casings rather, and upgrade my furnace here to tungsteel, and then I can make some tungsteel tools to replace all the steel tools that I've been using, and the tungsteel tools will last a lot longer, and I don't have to worry about all my steel being used up crazy bad like that. The only thing I need to worry about is power. I'm going through quite a bit of power doing all of this machinery work. Like I said, I think I might need to remove the MFSUs here. The MFSUs seem to be hindering the power more than it's helping it, so I might actually just remove these guys. Yeah, see, because it's taking the power that it's generating, and it's only giving it in 512 ticks, and I'm almost generating more power than I can deal. I am generating more power, very slowly generating more power, but I am slowly generating more power than the MFSU can handle. However, the MFSU is transferring it too slow for the MFE to store it. And if I were to expand my my power anymore, if I were to add another layer down here like I said I was going to do, so if I were to go here, and down around here with my cables, and have some above the cable and beside the cable to power this line even more, then the MFSU would be getting powered. However, it wouldn't be able to transfer the power Then again, there's another however here, is that because the MFSU is there, it's going to buffer 4 blast furnaces at one point, which will help to ease the stress on how much power is going through the machine or the system here. This is all theories and hypotheses at the moment, because I have not really tested this, but I'm almost certain that the MFSU is a hindrance at the moment. But anyway, guys, like I said, episode is getting too long now. I keep rambling off about stuff, and you know, it's a really bad habit of mine. I gotta kick it in the pants. But I will see you guys next episode. I am going to record the next episode in this sitting, because, like I said, playing, you know, half an hour to an hour of Minecraft at one sitting is kind of not for me. I like to play a couple of hours at least. So thanks for watching, guys, and as always, if you like my video, or you like what I do, or anything like that, then please give it a like, a comment, or a follow, or all three. Everything you can possibly do that's nice to me, or my channel, is greatly appreciated. If you can combine several of them, and you know, it shows me that you guys really like my videos, and I can keep going on. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys next episode. Goodbye.